Thank you for coming to See Love Yoga's YouTube channel, and let's go to Jodhpur, India. This guy was waiting to greet us at the hotel that we stayed at, and I said, I must ask you a question. I didn't get a whole lot of pictures of this hotel. This is the atrium area, and this is the rooftop, but we stayed at the Radisson. Our first excursion of the day was to visit the Marangar Fort. It's a 15th century fort that is built on a 400-foot hilltop. It was built by Rayo Joda, and he was interested in building on the mountain, and he was like, I'm gonna build my fort up there. But there was a hermit that lived here, and the hermit was like, this is where I am staying, and I'm not cool with this. And then Rayo was like, you don't even have a home here. You're just a hermit that is just hanging out, and so it's no big deal. I'm going to build my fort anyway. And the hermit was like, well, this is making me angry, and so I'm going to curse you and curse your fort and curse your kids, and I'm just going to make it to where it's miserable. And so they started to build the fort, and nothing was holding in this volcanic rock. Like they were trying to build the basement for it, and it just kept falling down. So the guy, Rayo, goes up to the hermit and is like, look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have acted that way. I will, I've apologized. Can you uncurse me? And so we can build this. And the hermit was like, no, I'm still mad. So Rayo was like, well, my apology didn't work, so I'm going to go get a priest or something to help me out here. And so then there was some kind of temple that they had to build and some blessing that they did. And then finally the curse was lifted, and then they built the fort. The best part about visiting this fort is you have an awesome view of the Blue City, which is what you're seeing here in this video. The reason the city is called the Blue City, you see, is because of the blue houses. But the reason why they were blue is because in the 15th century, the Brahmins, they are the highest caste. They were like the priests, the high priests. And they were like, you know what? I do not like that my house does not have a color to it. So I'm going to show everybody that I'm a Brahmin, and I want them to know it. So I'm going to paint my house blue. Check out the broom this lady is sweeping with. I've noticed these brooms work really well, and I asked what they were made out of, and the guy said broom grass. This picture we saw on the ride up to the fort, and those brightly colorful pieces of fabric are actually turbans that are being dyed and drying in the sunlight. And the reason this picture is significant is for the next video.
See the length of the turban.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
I got it.
I thought I had a longer video on that, but anyway, these guys showed us how to roll a turban, and then they let the guys in our group try them on. Again, I must ask you a question. Do you think this guy is proud of his mustache? But then this guy was like, don't you wish your mustache was hot like mine? Don't you wish your mustache was big like mine? And I should tell you that this place is now a museum that is taken care of by the royal family line. And they had a whole room here to display the elephant howdahs, which is the little encasements that royalty would ride in on top of the elephant. And it is definitely giving me Aladdin vibes, where he's trying to impress Jasmine, and he's riding in the city on an elephant, and he was on an elephant howdah, and this is what they look like. This is a picture of some 15th century swords. And this is a 15th century hookah, which they also called a hubble bubble. Do you girls remember caboodles? I think they still make caboodles, but you put all your cosmetic stuff in them. Well, this was the caboodle of the 15th century. This is a cosmetic box. The next part of this video is a bunch of images on the various rooms within the Fort Palace. And it's kind of like a 15th century version of MTV Cribs, where you're like, yo, I'm Rayo Joda, and welcome to my crib. I'm having a staring contest. I think she's winning. And this completes the tour of the Marengar Fort. And let's move on to show you the Blue City. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. I'm so blue thinking about you, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Blue moon, you make me feel so all alone, without a care in my heart, without a love of my own. Whisper on a scream doesn't mean a thing, doesn't bring you back. Blue on black. They're rolling cigarettes here and selling them, and that's what this picture shows. I'm blue, ba da dee ba da 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 dee da da ba da 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 dee da da da. Blue, oh so lonesome for you. Why can't you be blue over me? And don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes, don't it make my brown eyes blue? And we rode a tuk-tuk into the crazy traffic, and I rode with my friend Linda, and our guide Charlie bought us these lassies. They were mango lassies. It's like yogurt and fruit flavoring mango or banana. And you can see here on my face, like this is the lassie, and then here is how much Cindy loves it. So all of my thrifters out there, put your hands up, because we went to the best pawn shop thrift store I've ever been to in my life. And it was called Mars Handicraft. And when you walk in, it's just like this huge kind of warehouse of all of these things that really probably have a lot of value, antiques and Indian accents and decor and statues and things that were made out of various crystals like jade, and also like camel bone, jewelry boxes made out of camel bone. And then on the basement, there were textiles, and it was just like so many fabrics, so much so that they actually stacked them on top of each other and made seats and benches out of the fabrics. And this guy here is the owner, and he was in Forbes magazine, And he is also a designer, and he creates blankets and scarves and like cashmere scarves, and sells to places like Anthropologie, Hermes, and he's very well known. And designers come to him for these creations. And then he was showing us all of his products, and then we were allowed to purchase some of them. And it was really exciting because some things like cashmere, we got a really great deal off of, and I was very happy about it. And we ate dinner at Neem Tree Court, which was really cool because it was an outdoor dinner under a neem tree, and it was delicious. And this trip is very flexible, so if you only could stay a certain portion of the time, you had that opportunity to do so. And this was the case with Tanisha and Shakina that you see pictured here, that their time had ended in India and they were headed back home. So we did a nice send-off for them, and it was really great to meet new friends. Here I am with Tanisha, and then here I am with Shakina, and wishing them lots of happiness. We also said farewell to Charlie. He has been our guide throughout our tour, and he was amazing, but now we are transitioning to another guide to take us through Udaipur, and we wish Charlie the best. And I conclude this tour of Jodhpur with this pot of flowers and a drum and trumpet jam session.